Morning. Morning. Grand rising to you that are just waking up this morning. How y'all feeling today? I guess the better question is, how are y'all coping today? Because how y'all feeling, one could assume if you watch any kind of the news or if you've been waiting 190 something days to find out what's going to happen to the murderers of BREONNATAYLOY. So, every Monday and Thursday, I do a segment here on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show called Eva's Corner, where I talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juicy stuff in between. Talk about everything from surrogate pregnancies to who makes the most money out of your spouse to criteria for marriage. Sometimes it's super controversial. Sometimes it's just fun. Today, I'm going to use my time and my energy to speak on what we deserve as Black women. There's a speech, and you'll hear me say it again when I go live. It's a speech that Malcolm X did in 1962 to a crowd in Los Angeles of African-American people. And he started the speech off by asking where we learned our hate from, where we learned how to hate our color of our skin, the texture of our hair, the shape of our nose and of our lips, where we learned that. And then he ended the speech talking about how the most unprotected person in America is the Black woman, how the most underrespected person in America is the Black woman, and the most neglected person in America is the Black woman. And when ending it, he implored not white America, not others, but us, Black people, Black men, Black women, to protect each other. So before I send a call out for the rest of the world to look at us and respect us, I want to send a call out for us to look at us and respect us. What are we teaching our children? What do we say to ourselves when we look at ourselves in the mirror? Do we love our beauty? Have we even been taught that we're truly beautiful? As a 30-something-year-old woman, I still sit around and have conversations with my girlfriends about pinching their nose in smaller because it's too wide across their face. It breaks my heart. Because as beautiful as I see them, I know they don't see that. And it's not because they're not beautiful, but it's because the world has told them that what is beautiful doesn't look like them. So then you have a situation like this with BREONNATAYLOY. Police barge into her home, no-knock warrant, shoot her, kill her, let her bleed out in her bed. Her boyfriend tries to defend her, doing what he's supposed to do, protecting his Black woman. He gets arrested. 190-something days go by waiting. You award the family $12 million. Homes in LA cost more than $12 million. Homes in Montclair, New Jersey cost more than $12 million. And then a week and a half later, you do 3 charges of wanton. Are you serious? A bullet in someone's wall that hurt no one else. That's the charge. So the wall of the white neighbor is more important than the life lost of the Black woman laying in the bed who was innocent. I don't know about you, but I'm guarding my words. My throat chakra has been my main focus over a month now to make sure that I say the things that are necessary and I don't say and speak out of frustration. But what are we supposed to do? I see all the red, mad faces. We are so upset. But in our frustration, what are we supposed to do? I know what we're not going to do. We're not going to give up hope. The blood that's coursing through my veins are the blood of ancestors that have died for my ability to do what I do. And I will not give up. Period. I got 3 little Black kids, a beautiful little Black queen that I'm raising, that I know when she walks out that door, the world cares nothing about her. But guess what? I care. I care about me. I care about mine. And I care about yours. And as long as we care, don't worry about nobody else. We got us. We've been having us. We got us and them. We've been the backbone of this country for years. From in the fields to the backbone of Fortune 500 companies. But though we don't sit in the C-suites, though we're praising celebration for the first time ever, a Black woman on the nominee ticket for vice president, It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting how far back we had to start, but how much further we had to run farther just to get no recognition. So I'm going to shout out my husband, a beautiful black man who works tirelessly every single day to represent, to support, and protect us, black people, black women. Shout out to the black women that holding their head up, even though it ain't easy. And shout out to the black men that's out there doing their thing. And if you didn't wake up this morning with a reason to fight, hopefully I gave you one. I'm no different than Breonna Taylor, and neither are you, especially if your skin color look like mine. Got to get myself together because I'm about to go live. Whew. So Jeff Johnson's on doing his 3 things he needs to know. He's finishing up, and then I'm gonna jump in. Register to vote. If you're not registered, register. Register. If you think you registered but you're not sure, go online and just look it up. Make sure your auntie's registered. Make sure your cousin who's sick in this time but is able and old enough is registered, and take everybody you need to these polls. Because my tears, my frustration, your irritation is not going to change it. Legislative change needs to happen, and maybe our emotional cry and frustration will give us the motivation to get out there and make these votes. Vote in person if you can vote. I'm trying to hold it together, y'all, because I got to do this live. So I figured if I started first and got some of it off. But when you are out, you see a black woman, you see her upset or angry, frustrated, love on her more. She has a reason to be angry. This whole idea of angry black woman, we angry. We're angry, we're upset. We're overworked, we're underappreciated, we're underpaid, we're underrespected. Period. So wouldn't you be angry? Emmett Till, 14-year-old boy, dead, lynched for being accused of offending a white person. Killed that boy. That's what our lives matter. And it's so hard because I have so much to be thankful for. We have so much to be happy about. God is so good. But it's hard because, like you, I'm an empath. And I can't help but to think about her mom. Breonna's mom. I couldn't imagine burying my daughter. But I got hope. And at the end of all of this, we have to have hope. We have to keep the hope, y'all. The allies, I thank you. The young people on the front lines, I thank you. To everybody in whatever position they are in that are using their voice, I thank you. Okay, I'm about to go live. Like live on the air. I know I'm live with y'all. I'm about to go live here. I got a lot of stuff I just wrote, and we're just gonna go. Shout out to Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg put up big money out there. He put out enough money to pay back restitution for 32,000 ex-felons to have the right to vote. Shout out to Mike Bloomberg. I know. It does feel like we're in a minefield. I'm about to go up. All right, we're here. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about everything womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. Today, I want to talk about Black women. I think it is impossible that I do my corner today and not speak about what we deserve as Black women. I am offended about this egregious and unacceptable verdict for Breonna Taylor. I want to start with a speech that Malcolm X gave in May of '62. He did it to a crowd in Los Angeles, and he started off and he asked a crowd of Black people, who taught us to hate the color of our skin? Who taught us to hate the texture of our hair? Who taught us to hate the shape of our nose and the shape of our lips? Who taught us to hate ourselves from the top of our head to the soles of our feet? He went on in that speech, and it was famed from the lines saying the most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. And the most neglected person in America is the Black woman. He ended his speech imploring Black men to be the protectors of our Black women, for Black men to be the one to stand up and respect and appreciate our Black women. The saddest part is that today, in the year of 2020, here in this same Americas, Malcolm X's words still ring the exact same. So what are we supposed to do? What are we to do? With limited resources, no respect, we hold our heads high as we can, and we get the work done. We're the front runners of independence here in this country. We're the front runners of entrepreneurship in this country, though we're still under-respected. We're the backbone of Fortune 500 companies, though we don't sit in the C-suites. But why? And how will we get that change? I look at LeBron James taking to his Instagram and saying that he's at a loss for words today. He's devastated, hurt, and sad. He's mad. How he wants justice for Breonna. And now his neighbors, Breonna's neighbors, are the ones that got justice. Their wall got more justice than this beautiful woman's life. I look over this weekend at Ricky Smiley, who took his time, on his time off, to right a wrong, seeing a woman, a Black woman, disrespected, and not looking past it, but taking the moment out of his day to right that wrong. For one, to check that white man, but more importantly, to let that woman know she matters. So before we look for these white people to tell us we matter, we have to say we matter. Black men, you have to show us, Black women, that we are respected, that we are loved, that we are appreciated. And once you become the example, then they will follow. But if you don't respect us, no one will. Black women deserve better. Period. That's my corner. Sorry, that's my corner, Rick. We do. Look at Emmett Till. Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy. They lynched this boy for supposedly offending a white woman. And we have evidence of this lady bleeding out in her bed, and everybody's at home. How? I'm done. Thank you, Rick. Well, messed around and cried through my whole corner.